video I'm talking about is knuckle conditioning pad. One of the least used things in my gym, but I used it probably the most at one point. What's happening, Fire fans? My name's Will Butler. If you're new to my channel, you like MMA content, you might want to consider smashing that subscribe button. Now, I do run a MMA gym, and all the time I get asked, why the hell have I got a knuckle conditioning pad in my gym? Because it's not really used much or seen much in an MMA gym. But the problem with MMA gloves, is they are quite thin. That is literally the thickness of an MMA glove. So you can imagine there's not a lot between that and your knuckles. There's not a lot of thickness on there at all. So if you can condition your hands to take punches without breaking the bones, obviously it's going to be good, because if you break your hand in a fight, you've got to take time off training for your hand to heal, and it might not ever heal the same. Just by constantly hitting one of these, it can condition your hands up. Now, there are other ways of being able to condition your hands, like doing press-ups on your knuckles and things like that. I've made a video about that before. So there are other ways of conditioning your hands. But like I said, I picked up one of these. Let's see if I can get off the wall to show you a better view.
It's quite hard to get off the wall.
So, as you can see, it's just got some hooks there. It's made out of wood. Got some nice Chinese writing. And it's just got a wooden spring. So as you hit it, that's the spring action it uses. Now, if you don't want to hang this up, you can hang it on the floor. Just have it on the floor, doing your ground and pound with it, just slapping your hand against it, just to condition your hand up. But a bit of advice I would give for you to do this, to make sure you use it, because hardly anyone else uses it apart from me. Like I said at the start, I used to use it all the time. I had it by the entrance of my gym. Now, every time I'd enter the gym, I'd punch it. Every time I left the gym, I'd punch it, because it's not like you've got to warm up for it or anything like that. You can literally stand there, just striking it to condition your knuckles, to make them harder. You can really get your points of your knuckles on it for the conditioning, to try and make them so they're less likely to break your hand when hitting someone on the head. Is this a necessity to have in a gym? No, not necessarily. You can just lightly punch the wall, tap things to do your knuckle conditioning. Obviously not too hard, you don't want to injure your knuckles, there's no point. But it's a constant doing it. The more you do it daily, well, I say daily, I'll do it maybe 5 days a week, and then take a few days off, let your hands rest up. But the more you can do it, the more you can condition your knuckles. Again, obviously, like I keep saying, the less likely you are to break them. So this is not necessarily a necessity in the gym, but I just thought it was a good idea to have one. I actually got given it as well, even more reason why to keep it. So it's just a useful tool for conditioning your hands, your knuckles, and it's a nice design. It looks pretty cool, I think, anyway, when it's up there on the wall. Everyone always asks me about it. No one bloody uses it, which is a shame, other than me, like I said when I was coming in. But there are other ways, like I said, of conditioning your hand if you're using a punch bag or doing knuckle press-ups. Like I said, I made a whole video about that, so click that video, it's popping up on the screen now, and I'll talk you through how to do press-ups properly on your knuckles for building up your knuckle conditioning. Thanks again for watching. Peace.